Hey guys, in this video I'm going to be doing some walkthrough solves. These are going to be two-handed walkthrough solves though, so not exactly the same as the other video. So as like the other video, the scrambles will be in the description if you want to follow along, and I've already started scrambling with the first scramble. So I always solve on orange, and first of all I see the cross pieces are here, here, and here. What I would do to solve this cross, it's not a extremely good cross. What I would do is I would bring this green down, so I've got these two solved adjacent to each other, and then I bring this one down so I have these three solved, and I just have this one which isn't, and then I would solve it like this. Right, now the first thing I see is these two pieces, and I also see these two. But this one is easier to solve, or it's a little faster for me. And when I'm going to solve this one, I know that these two are going to get it into a favorable position, which are going to make them easier to solve. So I solve this one like this, and then I've got these two, which I can go and solve like this. Now I've got this piece, which I saw earlier, which goes with this edge. I'm just going to solve it like this. Now I'm left with this edge, the edge that's in its place, and the corner here. I could do it on the left, but I'm a little less comfortable with that, so what I would do is do a rotation and then put it in like this. Now this is one of the only oil CPs for this OLL that I don't know, so I would just do a random alg, this, like that, and then I'm left with an F perm with the bar on the back, so I do the alg from the bar on the back like this. Alright, so this scramble's a little better. What I would do for this one is I would first bring this here, and then so I can set up this orange yellow piece here, and then I've got the orange blue piece which goes here, and when I insert this one it'll orient this piece. And I also see these two pieces which I know are going to be in a nice spot when I've done the cross. So I bring it here so I can go here, bring this up, fix most of the cross, and then do an F move like this to finish the cross. Now I've got these two pieces here and here, so I can solve these two by taking the piece out, putting it in here. Now I noticed this corner earlier, and the edge that it goes with is here, so I would go and solve this one, this pair first, like this. Now I've got these two also, which can be easily solved like this. And then this edge, which is here, and I'm going to go solve that. Now I've got a PLL, and I don't know the ZBL. Sorry, I've got a CLL, like that, and then Z prime. Alright, for this one I would solve these two, and then just kind of insert this one after. So what I would do is I would go like this, bring this one here, solve it, and then solve this one, and then I just do a D move to bring the empty slot in the front, and then insert this one, and then do another D move. Now I noticed two pairs at the same time here. I've got these two and these two, and I know that both of them, the edges, well, they can be solved from this angle. So I would probably rotate right away and solve them from another angle. So I would first solve this one, and then this one. And I also notice these two, which I can cancel in. And I also notice these two now, so I'm gonna insert this one with F moves so that it's easier transition to the next one. Alright, OLL CP and Z prime. Alright. Okay, for this one what I would do is I would first solve this yellow piece like this, and then these two go here, so I would move the cross so I can bring this one down, and then bring the orange blue here so that I can orient it when I bring this one down, and then just solve this one here. And now I have this pair which formed itself, and you can just insert that. Now I've got these two, which I can easily solve as well. Now I notice I've got these two, but I also have these two, and these two I have to solve from this angle, so I'm going to make sure to solve these first to avoid an extra rotation. Now I can solve these two. Alright, now I've got a OLL and H prime. Alright, this cross isn't very good, but what I'd do for this one is, first off, I would bring this piece here, solve it like this, and then I would, to solve these two, I could go like this. And it would solve the cross. Alright, so the first thing I see after that is this. So I would solve it like this. And then it sets up these two pretty nicely to solve this pair. Now I notice these two. So I would go and solve it from this angle like this, which leaves me with this corner and this edge, which I noticed was oriented previously. So I can go and do this. Now I'm OLL and A prime. Alright, for this one what I would do is I would first solve this. Next I would go and solve the green one by doing a D prime R2D, so that these two are left at the same place, and I can solve them in an easier way. So I just F like that. And now these two are obvious in the front, so I would go do these. Sets up these two, which I would solve next. Like this. Now also notice this one goes here, goes with this one, and the corner that goes with this one is here. So these two. Now I've got an easy OLL and an R prime. Okay. For this cross, what I would do is I would solve this white piece and set up the blue piece at the same time. So I would go like this, and then I'd solve the blue piece like that, and then I just do a D prime in order to insert these two. I also noticed this edge and this corner formed a block, so I can insert this edge into the slot here. And I also noticed that I've got this pair that's already formed, which is very nice. So I can just insert this edge and take out the pair, and then when I put back across, it's got an X cross, and now I've got this pair which I can easily insert. But notice this pair here, beside it I've got this piece and this piece. If I just insert it with an R prime U2R, these pieces get put back like this. However, if I do U R prime UR, notice I've got a 3-move insert. So that's how I'd insert it instead, like that, and then I've got the last pair here. So that was actually a really easy F2L. Now I've got an OLL CP and C prime. Oops. Alright, for this is an easy cross. So I would solve this piece and bring this piece down at the same time. like this, and then I just do an L2 to solve this, and I'll notice this pair, so I'll do an L2 here, and then I can do a U wedge when I solve the cross at the end, so that this gets a convenient place and I can easily just insert it like that. Now I've got these, which I would solve like this, and notice I'm doing a rotation this way, although it would probably be faster to solve this pair by doing a rotation this way because it would give you RU moves. If I rotate this way, then I've got the two open slots on the front, and it's easier to look ahead to the next pairs. So I just solve it like this, and then I've got these two. And I'm left with this pair, and since I've got no edges oriented, to solve it I would go and do like this, which would bring oriented edges on the top. Now I've got an OLL and a PLL. Alright, once again, easy cross. Okay, so I did notice that there was a block here, but unfortunately, I don't know, I don't really see any easy way to get this edge in here to make it an X cross, but what I do see is that when I'm going to do this cross, I'm going to have to do a U prime R prime F. I've got this pair which will form itself, so I can look ahead to that and do that really quickly afterwards. So I'm just going to do a U prime like that, and now I've got this pair to insert. Oh, this is quite convenient actually. I've got this one and this one. Notice how they're positioned. If I do this, it's solved. And if I do this, then it's got like an empty slot. So what I can do is solve both of these pairs at once. I probably wouldn't actually do this during a solve, but it's pretty interesting what I could do. So basically, I'm just going to do a D prime here to set up the slot, and then I've got these two pieces, which if I put them in now, they're not in the right place. So I got to flip this edge. So what I would do is do this. And then I've got these two pairs which solve themselves at the same time. Now I've got the last pair, which is really easy. OLL and PLL. Alright, this cross, what I would do, if I do an F prime, then all the edges are oriented from this place. So I just do F prime and then solve this edge, and then solve the other two. Alright, first thing I see is these two, like this. Next is these two, and I also notice this one and this one, and also this one and this one, which are very nice. So I'm going to go do this one because it sets up a nice pair for this one afterwards, which I can insert like this in order to orient edges. Oh! Solved. Alright, that was 10 walkthrough solves. I hope this is a nice video and you liked it. The scrambles, once again, are in the description. So I know it's probably too late if you haven't seen it yet, but if you want to rewatch it and follow along, go ahead. And alright, have a nice day.